Just wanted to post a quick tutorial for Either Way by Stapleton. Let me kind of move this a little bit. There we go. Okay, so it starts off, the guitar is going to be in drop D, so you just drop the top string down. I'll post a link in the comments to give some info on how to do that if you're not sure how. And then he also, after he drops it to D, he uses a capo on the second fret. So it's going to sound like this. We're going to start on the top three strings. So that's the so it's just E, A, D, A, D. And then the next thing he's going to do, he's going to use his finger, and it's more comfortable for me to use my middle, but you can use your index if you'd like. And he starts on the second fret from the capo here. So he's sliding from the second fret to the fourth fret, and then he's hitting that D string. So I'm on the A string, second fret to the fourth fret, and then I hit the D string. Alright, so that second part. So he just slides back from the fourth to the second. Slide it back and pull off. And then you're going to pick the open A string and the open D string. Alright. Now there's one little variation in the intro. And all he does differently there going down to the D string and sliding from 2 to 4. So that's pretty much got you through the intro. And then when he gets into the verse, it's basically a shorter variation of the intro. And then when he gets to the, let me explain that. So just like we're starting the intro, we're using these top three strings. So E, A, D, A, D. So he's just using the 2 to 4 slide on the A string, and then picking the open D string, and then sliding the 4 back to the 2, and then just pulling it off. And then when he gets to the part in the verse, like right before he goes into the pre-chorus piece, where he says, we go to work, we go to church, we fake the perfect life. keep in mind we're in drop D here, so that changes your chords a little bit. So he's actually sliding up to like a G chord, but you're just basically going to bar the 5th fret from the capo. So I'll put it together real quick. So all he's doing is he basically slides from the barred 1st fret to the 5th fret. And I watched a live video where he played on Charlie Rose. I'll post a comment to that or a link to that in the comments rather. But he's just alternating between the E string and the A string. If you wanted to strum it, you could. To give it a little more of a full sound. Whoops. And then he goes back to that. And then he does it again. And then when he goes to All My Tears Are Cried, he actually drops that to an A. So what he's doing there is you're making your standard A chord, just barring everything from the A string. A string's open, and he starts by picking down. And then the next thing that he does, you're fine if you just want to keep it basic to do that. But I always like to try to sound as close to what he's doing. So what he does there is he puts his finger, and you can use your middle finger. I use my ring finger because it's a little easier. And he's in his A chord. He's putting his ring finger on this 3rd fret from the capo, so 3rd fret on the B string. And then the next thing he does is he's taking his pinky and he's hammering the from the 2nd to the 4th fret on the D string. So that's what he's getting at. And I just I kind of make it a little messy when I'm doing this. He does the same thing if you hear it, but on his up strum he's catching this B string that he's holding, so it's something like this. Let me see if I can just kind of give you some sort of a pattern so you know kind of what to do there. So you're going to hammer from 2 to 4 on the A string, or I'm sorry, D string rather. So I'm trying to, like, I catch the A string and the D string, hammer them. Let's see. So come down and catch your B string with your pick. And pull off of that 4, and then pull off of the 3, so you're back to your A. Alright, and then now we're at the chorus. So when he goes into the chorus, he makes a D suspended chord. So that's just the 2nd fret of your G string, the 3rd fret of your B string, and then your D and E are open. Now, what he does here is he starts on the A string. All he's doing there is a walk down. So he's starting on the A string. He's going open, 2nd fret, and then he drops to the D string, open, 2nd fret. So, and then he hammers into the D suspended. So he's going back to that chord that we talked about. It looks kind of like that. And he hammers onto the 2nd fret of the G string. So he's just basically hammering and pulling off there. And then he goes back to the same G chord that we used in the pre-chorus, and he slides it up. And if you want to do that little hammer, I just use my pinky, and I caught the 7th fret of the A string. And then when it goes back to the I won't love you either way, he just starts this over. Alright, so let's recap. I'm going to try to see if I can put this all together just to make sure. And I know it's not going to be exact. I'm not listening to the song to remember the order, and I'm not singing it because that'd be terrible. But let me just see if I can kind of put the intro, the verse piece, that pre-chorus, and then the chorus all in there for you. He ends on a D chord, and just hammers the 2nd fret of the high E string, so the bottom string. Alright, I hope that helped. Thanks for taking the time to watch my video. I'm going to try to start posting 1 or 2 of these a week. Seems like I've gotten some pretty good feedback on some of the other videos that I've posted. So I'll try to keep it going. I hope you found this useful. If you did, feel free to like the video or subscribe to my channel. And as long as everybody keeps finding these things useful, I will do my best to keep up with it and check out the comments. So if you have any feedback, feel free to leave some feedback in the comments below. If you have any requests, let me know and I'll do my best to get to those. Thanks.